Hello, and welcome to this video. In this one, we will explore one more ISM terrain. Stick around and join the conversation with your valuable comment. So let's dive right in. Chapter 1. The Uncomfortable Truth. We are free and doomed. Imagine waking up one morning to find yourself in a giant escape room. No instructions, no guide. Just you and a bunch of weird puzzles. That's kind of what existentialism says life is like. We exist, we're thrown into this world, and there's no rule book telling us what to do or what it all means. Maybe a little dramatic, but that's the basic idea. Here's the kicker. Existentialists believe we are completely free. We get to choose our path, our values, how we spend our days. No divine plan. No cosmic script. Sounds exciting, right? Well, hold on to your existential dread. We'll get to that in a sec. The positive side. This freedom is what allows us to create our own meaning in life. We can pursue our passions, build relationships, make a difference in the world. It's all up to us. No limitations, just endless possibilities. It's like having a blank canvas and being told to paint the most amazing picture you can imagine. Pretty empowering. The negative side. All this freedom can be overwhelming. With no clear path, how do you know you're making the right choices? What if you mess up? This uncertainty can lead to anxiety, a feeling existentialists call angst. It's that pit in your stomach when you realize you're responsible for your own happiness and potential misery. So, is existentialism a good thing or a bad thing? Stay tuned for the next chapter where we explore what we can learn from this philosophy and whether embracing it might be the key to an authentic, meaningful life, even if it is a little scary. Chapter 2. The Art of Facing the Abyss Without Freaking Out. We left off with the existential dilemma. Freedom is both liberating and terrifying. Chapter 1 painted a picture of a vast, open world with endless possibilities. But let's be honest, staring into the abyss can be unsettling. So, how do we deal with this existential angst? Here are some key takeaways from existentialism. Embrace the absurd. Life has no inherent meaning. That's the absurd part. But instead of letting that paralyze you, existentialists say to create your own meaning. Find what matters to you, what makes you feel alive, and pursue it with passion. Authenticity is key. Don't live your life according to other people's expectations. Live by your own values, even if it means going against the grain. This is where the idea of being true to yourself, or living authentically, or responsibility is your superpower. You are responsible for your choices and your happiness. It's a heavy burden, but it's also incredibly empowering. You get to decide how you spend your time, who you surround yourself with, and what kind of person you want to be. The downside of freedom. Of course, with great freedom comes great responsibility. Making your own meaning requires effort, and facing your anxieties head-on takes courage. There will be times when you doubt yourself, when the pressure of choice feels crushing. But here's the good news. Existentialism isn't about avoiding these challenges. It's about facing them with courage and finding your own way through. So, should you embrace existentialism? The answer, like most things in life, is it depends. If you're looking for a clear-cut path and a preordained meaning, this philosophy might not be for you. But if you're ready to take responsibility for your own happiness, to create your own purpose, and to live authentically, then existentialism offers a powerful way to navigate the complexities of life. Chapter 3. Finding Meaning in a Meaningless World. Now that we've explored the core ideas and the emotional roller coaster of existentialism, let's get practical. How do we actually find meaning in a world that doesn't inherently provide it? Here are some tools from the existentialist toolbox. Passion projects. What sets your soul on fire? Pursue activities that bring you joy and a sense of fulfillment. Whether it's painting, playing music, volunteering, or starting a business, throw yourself into something that makes you feel truly alive. Relationships. Connection with others is a fundamental human need. Build strong, authentic relationships with people who share your values and support your journey. Contribution. Leaving a positive mark on the world, however big or small, can be a powerful source of meaning. Volunteer for a cause you care about, help those in need, or simply strive to make your corner of the world a better place. Embrace the journey. Life is full of ups and downs. Existentialism reminds us to focus on the journey itself, on the experiences we have, and the lessons we learn, rather than just the destination. Confront the void. Don't shy away from the difficult questions. Contemplate your mortality, your anxieties, and the vastness of existence. While these thoughts can be scary, they can also lead to deeper self-understanding and a stronger appreciation for life. Remember, meaning isn't something you find, it's something you create. By using these tools and living a life true to yourself, you can turn the existential void into a canvas for a meaningful and authentic existence. But there's a catch. This path requires constant effort and self-reflection. You'll have doubts, you'll make mistakes, and the meaning you create might evolve over time. But that's all part of the journey. So, is existentialism for everyone? Well, that's up to you to decide. In the next chapter, we'll explore the question of whether you should embrace this philosophy and how it can impact your daily life. Chapter 4. To existentialist or not to existentialist. We've delved into the core ideas of existentialism, from the liberating yet anxiety-inducing freedom it presents, to the tools it offers for crafting meaning in a seemingly meaningless world. But the big question remains: should you embrace this philosophy in your daily life? Here's the beauty of existentialism. There's no right or wrong answer. It's a buffet of ideas, not a one-size-fits-all dogma. You can pick and choose the aspects that resonate with you and integrate them into your existing beliefs. Here are some reasons why existentialism might be a good fit. You crave authenticity. Do you feel like you're living someone else's life? Existentialism can help you break free from societal expectations and define your own path. You question everything. Are you a natural skeptic who constantly wonders about the meaning of life? Existentialism encourages you to grapple with these questions and find your own answers. You want to take charge. Do you feel empowered by the idea of being responsible for your own happiness? Existentialism puts you in the driver's seat of your life. However, existentialism might not be your cup of tea if you seek comfort in certainty. Do you find solace in established beliefs and structures? Existentialism can be unsettling with its emphasis on the unknown. You value external validation. Do you rely on others to tell you what's right or wrong? Existentialism requires you to define your own values. You fear responsibility. Does the idea of being solely responsible for your happiness feel overwhelming? Existentialism can be a heavy philosophy to carry. Ultimately, the decision is yours. Take some time to reflect on the core tenets of existentialism and see how they align with your own values and outlook on life. Here are some ways to experiment with existentialism. Read existentialist writers. Explore the works of Sartre, Camus, and de Beauvoir to gain a deeper understanding of the philosophy. Practice self-reflection. Journal about your values, your fears, and what truly matters to you. Embrace challenges. Step outside your comfort zone and take responsibility for creating new experiences. Focus on authenticity. Live by your own values, even if it means going against the grain. Remember, existentialism isn't about becoming a brooding philosopher. It's about living a more conscious, meaningful, and authentic life. Whether you fully embrace it or simply borrow a few tools from its toolbox, existentialism can be a powerful force for positive change. So, will you take the existentialist plunge? The next chapter will explore some of the potential benefits and drawbacks of living an existentialist life. Chapter 5. A double-edged sword. Now that you've considered whether existentialism aligns with your outlook, let's delve into the potential benefits and drawbacks of living an existentialist life. Benefits. Increased self-awareness. By constantly questioning your purpose and choices, you gain a deeper understanding of who you are and what you value. Greater freedom and autonomy. You're not bound by societal expectations or preordained paths. You define your own success and happiness. Enhanced creativity and passion. When you create your own meaning, you're free to pursue your passions without limitations. Deeper connections. Existentialism emphasizes authentic relationships built on shared values and genuine connection. Resilience in the face of hardship. Knowing life has no inherent meaning can help you cope with loss, failure, and the inevitable chaos of existence. Drawbacks. Anxiety and uncertainty. The responsibility of creating your own meaning can be daunting. Facing the vastness of the unknown can lead to anxiety and existential angst. Isolation and loneliness. The emphasis on individual purpose can make it difficult to connect with those who hold different beliefs. Meaning fatigue. Constantly searching for meaning can be exhausting. Sometimes, simply enjoying the present moment is enough. Moral relativism. Without a universal moral code, some may struggle with ethical decision-making. Disillusionment with tradition. Questioning everything can lead to a sense of disillusionment with established institutions and social norms. Living an existentialist life isn't a walk in the park. It requires courage, self-reflection, and the ability to navigate both the freedom and the anxieties it brings. But here's the thing. Even if you don't fully embrace existentialism, exploring its ideas can benefit your life. By becoming more aware of your choices and taking responsibility for your own happiness, you can create a more meaningful and fulfilling existence. So, the choice is yours. Will you take the plunge and live an authentic, self-created life? Existentialism offers a challenging yet rewarding path. Whether you choose to walk it all the way or simply borrow a few steps on your own journey. Chapter 6, or the conclusion. Nihilism. Existentialism. A Stoic's perspective. Both nihilism and existentialism grapple with the question of meaning in life, but they arrive at very different conclusions. Here's a breakdown from the viewpoint of a Stoic who emphasizes reason and virtue. Similarities. Rejection of predefined meaning. Both philosophies reject the idea that life has an inherent or predetermined meaning. Differences. Response to meaninglessness. Existentialists find this lack of meaning liberating. They believe we create our own meaning through our choices and actions. Nihilists, on the other hand, see it as a cause for despair. They believe that if life has no inherent meaning, then all human striving is ultimately futile. Focus. Existentialists focus on individual freedom and responsibility. They emphasize living authentically and creating a meaningful life despite the absence of inherent meaning. Nihilists tend to focus on the absurdity of existence and the lack of any objective values. Stoicism's take. Stoics share some ideas with both philosophies. Like existentialists, Stoics believe that external circumstances are beyond our control, but our reactions to them are not. We can choose to focus on what we can control, our thoughts and actions, and live virtuously. Like some nihilists, Stoics recognize the impermanence of life and the futility of chasing external pleasures. However, Stoics differ in their response. Stoics reject both nihilistic despair and existentialist angst. They believe that by focusing on reason, virtue, and living in accordance with nature, we can find a sense of purpose and inner peace, regardless of external circumstances. In short, while existentialism empowers individuals to create meaning, and nihilism highlights the absurdity of existence, Stoicism offers a more practical approach. It focuses on accepting what is beyond our control and finding meaning through virtue and living a good life, even in the face of an indifferent universe. Now, if you want to know more about nihilism, click the image appearing left of your screen, or I have like 50 videos on Stoicism on this channel. Go to my channel page, or I will pin some of them in the description box. Peace.